Welcome to the Ordinary Guy Garage. I'm Scott, an ordinary guy, and today we're working on the S10, and we got carnage, so hang tight. Well, we had a pretty good night at the track on Friday. Went up to the semifinal rounds. I had a video I posted a video earlier about it. It was a really fun night. So I was getting a little bit of valve float out of my S10. So I made a mistake when I put the valve springs on it. I put the valve springs that matched this cam, which had a 175 stack height, or installed height, I'm sorry. A 175 installed height, that's the height of the spring itself in between the retainer and the cylinder head. 1.75 inches installed, so it's crushed a little bit when it's installed. So that's what was for the cam 175. I didn't pay attention to the actual height of the heads, which is 1.8. So the not enough tension on the springs and the valves were floating over 6,000 RPM. Not that big of a deal, except for when you're trying to go over 6,000 RPM. So what this video started off, and by the way, this is the third time I've tried to make this video, so it's been a process. So anyways, we started off by trying to do valve springs. Got all ready to swap out these new springs. And in pulling everything apart, I found a spark plug that, you can probably see it there, that is kicked off to the side. Not like that one. This one here is kicked off to the side. Came out of number 8. That doesn't happen by itself. So did a compression check. That cylinder only had 60 pounds in it. One of the other ones only had 110 or something like that. So, but the 60-pound one is a big deal. So I pulled the head off, and lo and behold, I'm missing a piece of piston. So I'm missing a piece of piston. So I just got done off the phone with the machine shop. I'm gonna tear this thing down the rest of the way. I'm gonna pull it out of the truck, finish tearing it down. I'm gonna run down there with one of the pistons. He says he probably has another one in stock. Hopefully he does. I'm gonna dingle ball home this block, put a new set of rings in it, slam it back together, and be back in business. I might even swap the cam while I'm at it and do something a little more, maybe a solid lifter or something, I don't know. But that's where we're at. Part of racing, I guess. But anyways, that's what we got going, and I'm gonna get started. All right, well, here's the missing chunk of piston right there. It almost looks like the ring gap is too tight, because the piston looks really clean. You know, could be detonation, could be running lean, could be ring gap. I don't know, they were gapped pretty big. So anyways, that's where I'm at with it right now. The other thing is the cylinder head. Got really lucky with it, because this is the combustion chamber right here for number 8. And other than a couple of small nicks on the intake valve, there's no damage. So I'm gonna pull these apart, and I'm gonna lap them, clean them up a little bit, swap springs around on them, and do all that good stuff. So yeah, let's start pulling it apart. Got my handy dandy block. I drilled this out years ago, just a 2x4. It's all crooked, just did it by eye. Front and back, 16 holes for the lifters. Before I spin this motor over and forget and spin it over and drop lifters everywhere, this is what I'm gonna do. Well, here's the aftermath of my mad thrash to get my engine out of the S10, broke down into the machine shop. It's kind of a mess in here. And the hole where she's supposed to go. So, yeah, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. All right, well, yesterday afternoon, I did my mad thrash through the shop here, got a little bit of video of it. I'm out here, it's hotter than heck out here and humid because I got a swamp cooler out here. So I'm trying to get it out, got it up on the stand, tore it down, and I got a cracked block. So block's no good. And that piston's no good. So where am I gonna go now? I have another block in my storage that is what they would call, quote unquote, a high nickel block. Some people say there's no such thing as a high nickel block. Some people are adamant that there is. This is one that they would say is high nickel. I talked to the machinist, he said it's a really good block to use, so that's all that matters to me. Anyways, I gotta run that block down to him this morning. That one's a standard bore, so the other one was 60 over. That's all getting scrapped. Those pistons are getting scrapped. And we're gonna go 30 over and we're gonna do high compression, probably 13-to-1 or something like that. Since I only race it, I'm gonna just go to race fuel. And so that's gonna happen. He's gonna groove the block for solid lifters and a few other things. He builds a lot of circle track motors, so he's gonna do me up. So now I just gotta figure out how to pay for it. So I'll have 3, he thinks he might be able to have it done in 3 weeks. So balancing is what's gonna take the time because it's gotta get sent out. He can't balance at his shop. But anyways, that's where I'm at with that. It was kind of a mad thrash out here yesterday to get that done. But it is what it is. That's racing. You know, I was hoping just to clean up the cylinder and throw a piston in, but you know. Well, originally I was just gonna change valve springs. And then I noticed a spark plug. And then I pull it apart and it just went on down the road to where I'm at now. So anyways, S10 is gonna be on hold for a while. I have a huge mess in my shop. All over, everywhere. Oil on the ground, oil on my benches. My tools are all dirty. You know, I don't like my shop to be like this at all. Open drawers drives me nuts. Just crap everywhere. So I got to clean all that up, get everything organized, clean up all my parts, get them all organized, and be ready to rock when the engine comes back in a few weeks. So that's my plan. May do a little head work, or he might do a little head work, I don't know. I'm gonna show him the heads today and see what he thinks about them. But that's about it. So I guess we're gonna be on another project for a while, or maybe my project will be trying to figure out how I'm gonna come up with the money. I don't know, probably both. But anyways, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you're a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing and welcome to the poop show. And if you're an old subscriber, thanks for sticking with me. I really, really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, be a new subscriber because I'll really appreciate you if you do it. And make sure you like, comment, share, do all that blah, blah, blah. And whatever you do, stay safe, my friends. I'll see you next time.